Welcome back to Making Money Matter, ladies and gentlemen. I'm your host, Kerry Stevenson. Now, got something a little bit different for you this time. I've mentioned it before, and actually, some people have been asking me, Kez, what are you doing? Because I have improved my health quite substantially over the last 2 to 3 years. And one of the things that I've often said to people is, you know what, you can have all the wealth in the world, but if you don't have your health, there is no point having wealth. So today's conversation is all going to be about mindset and health, because I've asked my good friend Kacey Inu to come and chat to us. Why? Because Kacey has just launched a fabulous new platform, and I'm going to spell it for all of you, and I'm going to put the links below, but it's kaceyinu.com, KACEYINU.com, KACEYINU.com. I want you all to go and check this out, not only because it's a fabulous platform, which we're going to talk about in a moment, but also Kacey, who's a really busy mum of four, she works, she's a busy mum, and then she thought to herself, you know what, I want to give back to others. I want to show and prove to them that they can be as fit as, no, I'm not going to say it because YouTube might take it. Fit as F. Fit as F. So
FAF.
she competed in April and May on the National Bodybuilding Association comp. And guess what, ladies and gentlemen? Not only did she compete, she bloody well won. She won the Queensland Sports Model title. Go, Kacey. That's good on you. I think that's amazing. And I'm excited because I'm always talking to busy executives. I'm talking to CEOs and MDs, and I know my audience out there, they're listening because they're interested in investing and creating wealth. But as I said right at the start, without health, you have no wealth.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So
And you can't enjoy your wealth if you don't have your health, right? So, yeah.
And you and I met, and I find you very inspiring because, not only are you fit out, but you're also married to a guy who's been a PT for 20 years. So, first of all, just explain to us why this platform, kaceyinu.com, and I want you all to go and check it out. And I want you to, have a look at it because it's not expensive. And guess what, ladies and gentlemen, it might just be something that you don't even realize that you need. But when you get as fit as, your world will change. So, Kacey, welcome to Making Health Matter.
Thank you.
Change it for this one. What drove you to do this? Because there's plenty of apps out there. There's plenty of health apps out there. I mean, I love the look of it, but I want to understand what's the motivation behind this.
Yeah, so the motivation really was doing that recent competition. So it's a really long, grueling prep, and it's something I chose to do because it takes a lot of dedication, it takes a lot of discipline, it takes a lot of missing out on things to achieve the physique that you need to achieve to be competitive. And I did that because I wanted to show my kids you can do hard stuff, and I wanted to be inspirational for them and to let them know that when you set your mind to something, you really can achieve it. And what I wanted to achieve was just going through the process. I'd competed many, many years ago, but I just wanted to really give it my all. And that was the goal. All I wanted to do was do better than I did last time, show my children. And I came out with a result that I didn't expect, which was absolutely incredible. But it was a life-changing experience as well. It made me really think about what I'm doing with my life. Am I enjoying everything that I'm doing? And I've already worked in the fitness industry for over 20 years. I've been teaching group fitness all this time. I'm a qualified personal trainer. I went to uni and studied a Bachelor of Health Science, majoring in nutrition. And I just have never taken the leap to completely. I've dabbled in the past and helped people with nutrition and training, but have never really just gone all in. And I had considered that I had just said to my kids, you can achieve whatever you want to achieve. I'm a fraud if I don't go after this because it's something that I've wanted to do for a long time. So I just decided to take the leap of faith and give it a really good shot and see how many other people I can help.
Great. Therefore, I want all of you that are going to be listening to this to go and support somebody who's a busy mum of four that's taken a leap of faith. And I was listening to something recently where Steve Bartlett, who is a really successful entrepreneur, he said, one of the things that he hears is, when people are at the end of the wish I coulda, shoulda, woulda, we don't take that leap of, what, this is what you're a great teacher, Kacey. And, and I know that for you, health and nutrition is important. So that's why I wanted to find out more. I want to spread the word that I think you've delivered something really special here. So how do people get started, and why is yours potentially different from all the others that are out there? Because there are a lot.
Yeah, there's a lot out there. So, firstly, the first question, how to get started, is to just go through to my website. It'll have all the information there with regards to what's available. And then why? I mean, as I just said, you need to sometimes just start. You need to take that leap in whatever it is. And the thing with health and nutrition is you're never going to move forward unless you take action. Mm-hmm. And some people just don't know how to do that, or they're intimidated. They don't know where to start or how to start, which is where I come in. You need a plan, because without a plan, you're not prepared. You don't know what you're doing and you're just spinning the wheels. So if you have a plan, you'll follow the plan. The plan can suit people if they want to go and train in the gym. If they're feeling a little bit unsure or maybe intimidated to set into the gym, they can do a home option. So all you need is a set of dumbbells to be able to work out at home. So, build some confidence up at home if you need to, and then start to set foot in the gym. The other reason why, it's affordable. You mentioned that already. So it's really, really affordable. There's plans for if you want just nutrition only or a workout plan only, you can do that, or you can do both together. Those programs, it'll be personalized and it'll be updated every 4 weeks. And you're going to log your progress as you go. So you're going to log the food that you're eating. That's all housed in the app. That'll keep you accountable as well, because every time you go in there, you're entering your sets, you're entering your reps, you're entering how much, have you had 2 liters of water that day? Have you got your 10,000 steps in? All these little things that are going to add to your health and help you move forward, that will all be in there. If you're somebody that needs more accountability, so you don't just want to check in every 4 weeks and get a bit of an update. If you want weekly accountability, then I have VIP options available for those people. They are very, very limited, because right now I am still working full time, and I will never put myself in a position where I'm taking on more people than I can service. So if someone out there wants a VIP option, I need to understand that they really want this progress and they really want to achieve something. And they're the type of people, the very select people that I want to work with in that space. And then from there, the other reason would be, because I'm a mum of 4, I understand, I work full time. I know what it's like to try and balance your own health with family needs, getting kids to sports, going to work, keeping your house in order, all the things that we all go through. I do it, I live it, I breathe it, I make it happen. I've made it happen through breastfeeding 4 babies. I've taken it to the extreme and I've competed. I've then been also in a position where I've let myself go a little bit and got to an unhealthy weight and needed to shave off a heap of weight to get back to a healthy space. So I can talk the talk, but I've also walked the walk, and I really get it. I understand that it's not easy. It's not meant to be easy, but the planning and the process can be easy, and I can help people through that.
A couple of questions here. You mentioned a moment ago 2 liters of water a day. Guilty as charged, Your Honor, because I don't drink enough water. Why is water so important to health?
Well, your body's made up of at least 60% water, right? Mm-hmm. So you want to make sure you're always keeping hydrated. If you're dehydrated, you're lethargic, your body's not working optimally. You basically need to keep putting that fuel into your body. It aids digestion and it makes you feel good. So they're the main reasons why you want at least 2 liters of water. If you're exerting a lot of energy, then you should probably be having a little bit more. But yeah, it's not uncommon that people don't hit that 2 liters. They might hit 2 liters of fluid because they're having their cafe lattes every day and hot chocolates and juice and whatnot, which is not necessarily bad, but those caffeinated drinks, they're going to dehydrate you a little bit. So optimally, you really want to get that 2 liters of water in for your hydration.
What do you think is the biggest challenge these days? Do you think it's all the marketing and the hype? People sit in front of the TV and they're thrown all these ads for Kentucky Fried Chicken and McDonald's, and it seems easier because you talk about the fact that this particular program has got nutrition in it. There's going to the gym, there's losing the weight, but how do you balance it? How important is nutrition when people turn around and say, let's just go get some takeaway KFC or McDonald's or whatever?
Nutrition is hands down 80% of your result. So if somebody came to me and they wanted to lose weight and they said, I don't want to go to the gym or I don't have time, it's not ideal, but I could still help them achieve their weight loss goals purely through nutrition.
Wow.
Yes, but obviously the benefits to weight training, especially as we all age, is you increase your bone density, you build muscle, it keeps you fit, it keeps you healthy. Weight training is so important. But you can train your guts out, and if your nutrition's not on point, you're not going to get the results that you're looking for. I think for bigger picture, people probably feel overwhelmed because, as you mentioned before, there is a lot out there in market for what I do. The market is saturated, and sometimes people just go, there's all these so-called experts in this industry. I don't know where to go. I don't know what to do. And so instead of doing something, they do nothing.
Yeah.
When you look at the convenience aspect, I think it's a lack of education. So yeah, it might seem really easy to go through KFC because that's easy. And for some people it's affordable and they're busy and they don't have time. Whereas if they just had a little bit of education to go, hang on, it'd take you the same amount of time to quickly run into Woolies, buy some wraps, buy some chicken breast, buy some salad and put it together. And it's going to be a fraction of the calories and it's going to be healthy and you're going to have made it yourself. So it's just these little shifts a lot of little shifts that can create big change when you put them all together.
How does a busy mum of 4 fit all of this in to your busy day? Because one of the things I know that you've spoken about in the past is the importance of what you call meal prepping.
Mm-hmm.
I know that there's a lot of people out there that would turn around and go, meal prepping? I don't even know what that is. Can you explain what that is and why you think that that's also important?
Yeah, so meal prepping for me, once a week, I will prep all of my lunches for the week. And I'll explain why it's only lunches in a moment, but I'll spend a couple of hours, I'll weigh out all my ingredients, I'll make sure that I'm hitting the macros that I want to as far as my proteins, carbohydrates, and fats are concerned. And I do this, one, so I know exactly what I'm eating, two, because it is far cheaper than buying junk that you get out in takeaway. And it's healthy stuff. The reason why I only meal prep lunches is because I'm a mum of 4. And while I've always had my own health and fitness goals, it's always been important to me to sit with my family at dinner time and eat the same food that they're having.
Yeah, love it.
What that also means is, and what people don't understand is, you don't have to live on lettuce leaves and chicken breast in order to get results. All you need is a calorie deficit. So I did my entire comp prep eating the same dinner as my kids, except for maybe the last week. And the way that I achieved that with the calories that I needed to eat at certain points was, I'd work out, okay, I've already got lunch in, I know what's for lunch, put my dinner in because this is what we're having for dinner tonight. And then whatever was left over, I balanced that between, breakfast and afternoon tea or whatever I was doing. So you can do these things eating the same meals as your family. You might just need to make a little modification. You might just need to reduce your portion slightly. but there's absolutely no reason why you should miss out on things that you enjoy. It's absolutely about being sustainability. What can you do long term? Because getting the weight off for a lot of people and getting to a healthy space is one thing. Maintaining it is a whole other ball game, and it's often harder for people because when you're on a weight loss journey, you're motivated weekly, you're seeing changes, you're seeing things happen. Once you get there and then you go, oh yeah, now what? Well, now it's about maintenance, and there's not these big amazing results happening every week. It's like, okay, I need to make good choices all the time to maintain what I've worked so hard to achieve, which can be really, really challenging for people.
Couple of things there, on the sort of the food side of things. Is portion control important?
Massively,
Oh,
massively. It just, yeah,
massive.
like,
Okay.
well, think
Don't
of
eat like an American.
oh,
I say that out loud.
massively. But think of a meal like spaghetti bolognese. Pasta is so nutrient dense, and it just takes a big scoop of spaghetti to completely blow your calories out for the day.
Oh,
Whereas you can still have that meal, but what you should probably be doing if you're really wanting to be in a deficit and making sure that you're hitting your calorie targets is maybe weigh the pasta. So that's one thing I'd do differently if I was having spaghetti with the kids. I'd cook their pasta separately and I'd weigh out how much can I have today. And it might be 40 grams of pasta where they're having whatever size looks good for them. Whereas me, I'm portion controlling it. So I'm hitting my targets. You can have really anything.
steps. You mentioned steps, 10,000 steps. Some people say it's 10,000 steps a day. For me, like, ladies and gentlemen, for me, it's 16,000 steps. I love my steps, and I've got a step counter, and I'm almost obsessed now, Kacey. I'm obsessed with how many steps. And there's been times when, I don't know, it's 8 o'clock at night, and I'm like, I haven't hit my steps. And I'll go and I'll do a walk in the middle of the night.
Yeah.
Crazy
Yeah.
stuff. But it's
No.
just, it's a whole mindset for me now. But is that important as part of your health journey?
Absolutely. I think for the majority of the population, we're in a sedentary workforce. We sit at a desk all day, we stare at a computer all day, and it's not uncommon for people to get to the end of the day and have moved maybe 500 to 1,500 steps,
Wow.
which our bodies weren't built to be that way. We were built to move around. We were built to go and find and gather our own food and to be active. So yes, you might get to the gym and you might do a cycle class and you might do weights, but just adding in some steps into keeping your body moving means you've also got a little bit more leeway with, if you're in a wanting to lose weight, you've got a bit more leeway with your calorie deficit. So it gives you that little buffer. Rather than going so extreme with a calorie deficit, you can balance it with a bit more movement, because movement burns energy. So it's just one of those little tricks of the trade as well that will help people in their journey.
Now, Kacey, on this, on your, and it is beautiful. I mean, I love how it looks. But one of the things on here, it says, for busy women, busy mum.
Yeah,
Is it just for women?
it's not just for women. So everything that I designed was with women in mind, because I'm a woman and I understand completely what women need. But there is programming in there for males as well. So, if there's a couple or any men out there that are interested, there's absolutely male programs. My husband, who you mentioned at the start, he's been a PT for over 20 years, and that's all he's done, working in that industry. I have got him doing a program through my app at the moment, and his feedback has been incredible. He said it's challenging, he's working hard, he's enjoying following the process rather, and watching his progress with his weights and progression and things like that. So yes, it might look nice with all the stars and the moons and the glitter and stuff, but there is absolutely workouts there for men.
How easy is it to sign up? Just, we've got the thing here which says join today, and you can start straight away. But do you
Yeah,
have to plug in your weight and your height and all that sort of stuff?
you do, because I need that data in order to determine what amount of calories you need to be on, and what type of workout plan you want. So with your workout plan, you might only have capacity to do 3 days a week. So you're going to select a 3-day program, or you can select 4 or 5, and then you can vary between 30 and 60 minutes. So once I have that information, a workout plan can be created and personalized for whatever the individual is looking for. And then as far as the nutrition side of things go, you can put in, I don't like this food, I dislike this, I dislike this, so that when you get your meal plan, it's foods that you like. You
Oh,
can
good.
have a meal plan for 7 days. So if you're someone that loves lots of variety, choose 7 days, and it's going to give you all different meals to have so that you're not getting bored. If you're like me and super boring and a creature of habit, you can choose one day, and maybe if you're time poor. And then for that 1 day plan, you can just follow that for the 4 weeks, and then it will get updated every 4 weeks. Up to you. Or you can select the 7 days still, or 5 or 6, whatever. And you can just go, oh no, I feel like that breakfast today, or I feel like that lunch today. It just gives you options that will sit within your calorie range for that week. It's very easy, and the meals are incredible.
Okay, well, as a nutritionist, I just want to ask you a couple of things before we finish up, and that is a lot of people talk about carbs are bad and protein only. I mean, for me, carbs make me feel like I need sugar. So for me personally, I tend to try and stay away with them. But as a nutritionist, what's your comment on protein versus carbs, sugars, and all that sort of stuff?
Well, carbs are a sugar.
Right.
Uh, but from an energy perspective, both carbohydrates and protein have the same amount of calories per gram. So
Oh,
1 gram of protein, one gram of carbs is going to give you 4 calories. Okay,
oh,
so the
okay.
difference is protein is like the building blocks for your body. It's used for cellular repair, muscle building, all of that type of thing. And protein is a more thermogenic macronutrient. So why protein is often prioritized is because your body uses more energy to digest protein. Carbohydrates are important because they fuel your body for workouts. The other reason why carbs get a bad rap often is because they will make your body retain water. So you're going to retain about 4 grams of fluid, or otherwise known as glycogen, which is what's used to produce energy when you work out, for every gram of carbs you eat. That doesn't typically happen with protein. So people go, oh, I eat carbs, I gain weight. Well, you're going to gain a little bit of what we call almost water weight, but it's glycogen. It's going to help you with your exercise, your output, and your performance. And then you can argue, well, if I can work harder, I'm probably going to burn more energy. So both macronutrients really go hand in hand. And then you've got your fats as well, which is really, really important for a lot of hormone function and whatnot. So you really want to get your healthy fats in there as well. I think over the decades, we've seen so many diets. We went through the low fat era, then we went through the no carb era. I think we're starting to see a little bit of improvement now with sometimes carnivore and keto and things like that coming out, which I don't typically like to support, because ultimately, if you are trying to lose weight, all that matters is that you have a calorie deficit. It doesn't matter if that deficit comes from a total reduction. If you are in a deficit blanket, it's going to happen. You're going to lose weight, whether or not you're eating carbs or not. So yes, you can lose weight not eating carbs. Yes, you can lose weight not eating fats. But ultimately, as long as you're eating less than your body requires, you will lose weight.
All
Um,
right.
Same with like intermittent fasting, right? And
Oh, I love
that's
intermittent fasting. That's my thing.
and some people enjoy that, and it's there's not a massive problem with that. There is lots of literature around to support intermittent fasting, but it's not going to get you any more results than what a standard calorie deficit will. So
Okay.
if you have an 8-hour eating window and you eat the same amount of calories as you would in a 16-hour eating window, the result's going to be the same.
Huh.
But people just perform better, maybe sitting in a fasting state for a little bit longer. It's that one for me is really personal preference.
Yeah.
Sure, if you want to do it, go for it. But ultimately, if you're not in a calorie deficit and you're trying to lose weight, it's not going to happen.
But I think as well, it's not just about losing weight, it's being the best version of yourself, isn't it? Which is what you've just done in winning the title that you won, and just being the best, being happy with who you are and being healthy at the same time. I think it's a fantastic app, but I want to find out from you. So you can register, guys, you choose which plan you want, and it's done. It's really, really simple. It's really, really easy. Kacey is a busy mum of 4. She's put this together because what she's seeing is people need help. They don't want it overcomplicated. And so what she's put together, and I'll put the link below, but what she's put together is something nice and simple for you all to make sure that you are healthy and not just wealthy. And that's why I wanted to have Kacey on today, because I think that is one of the things that quite often in our busy lives, we forget to look after our health. Kacey, 3 things people could be doing apart from getting on here and signing up right now. What I don't know what just came up there. That was weird. That wasn't you. That was me. It just came up with some weird Chinese. Apart from coming onto your app, getting on board and taking care of their health, give us 3 things they can be doing, 3 quick wins, quick, easy things they can be doing right now.
Yeah. So if the goal's weight loss, portion control, focus on eating really good, healthy foods, and movement. Get out and go for a walk, do something, anything. Even if you've been really sedentary and you've done nothing, go and walk around the block. Start with 10 minutes a day, slowly extend, but just do something.
Move, ladies and gentlemen, move. We're sitting in front of computers too much. We don't want that to happen. We want you to be healthy as well as wealthy. Kacey Inu, thank you so much. Come back and tell us how it's going. But there it is. There's the app. I'll put the link below. Congratulations. It looks fabulous. I'm going to go check it out and keep on my health journey as well. Thanks so much
for having me
on Making Health Matter today, ladies and gentlemen. Making health matter, not just money. Talk to you again soon.
Bye.